So just find a comfortable position, whatever that means to you, lying down on your back. And I'm just going to ring in the class by, striking the gong 3 times just to invite us all into the space. Even if we're not all in the same room, we can still energetically be present to one another as part of this yoga group. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And so just take a moment to invite yourself into your space, into your body, allowing the mind to rest on the body, just like the body is resting on the earth right now on the yoga mat. And see if you can get a sense of the whole body lying here. Allow the body to be heavy so that gravity can really root you down into the earth through your mat. And just take a moment to sense or get a sense of all the parts of the body that are connected with the ground. So it's going to be mostly the back of your body. Having a sense of the back of the head, touching down into the mat. Feeling the shoulders. And just inviting the shoulders to relax down more into the space below you. Having a sense of the whole spine. Even if it's not all the parts that are connecting of the spine into the mat, just get a sense of the whole spine. And maybe softly scanning through the spine from the top down. And just allowing each vertebra of the spine to relax along with the others. And then feeling or sensing the parts of the arms and the hands that are connecting down into your mat or your floor. Having a sense of pressure, of contact. You might feel the buttocks connecting down into the mat as well. And just inviting them to release any tension from the left buttock and the right buttock. And then find your awareness going up to the front of the torso for a moment, just getting a sense of the whole chest area. And you might be aware of a sense of lightness or heaviness at the heart. Maybe a sense of spaciousness. Or maybe the opposite, a sense of constriction. And whatever is here is just let it be the intention to invite everything in, to allow everything to be here. Maybe sensing even an emotion that's present at your heart at the moment. Maybe there's a sense of relaxation. Maybe there's a sense of contraction or tightness or stress. Maybe peacefulness, maybe sadness. Whatever is here, just let it be all part of your experience. And just surrounding it with a loving and kind attention. And as you bring your awareness down into the belly, allow the belly to be extra soft for the practice. Maybe feeling the gentle rise of the belly on the in-breaths. And then noticing the breath falling back down towards the spine on the out-breath. So softening the breath with softening the belly with each breath. Softening on the in-breath and softening on the out-breath. And then letting that sense of relaxation and softness traveling down into your hips, into your upper legs, your lower legs, all the way into your feet. The whole body more relaxed, limber and soft. And then we're just going to invite some movement into our body, just maybe beginning by wiggling the toes or stretching the toes back and forth. Maybe moving the whole foot, both feet back and forth a few times. Maybe circling them around in one direction and then into the other direction. And then you might even add your hands. Bring some movement into your hands along with your feet. You can circle, you can move back and forth, however it feels right. Just beginning to both move your feet and your hands in this moment. And then you might even add your head by moving the head from side to side. See if you can do that all at once. Moving the feet, moving the hands, moving the head. Maybe beginning to sway the legs from side to side a little bit, or bringing some other kind of movement where you maybe bend your knees a little bit and then unbend them. And then we're going to add the hips to the whole movement, maybe swaying the hips from side to side. And then adding the belly in some way, moving the belly all the way up to the chest. And then we're going to get the whole back into the act, including the spine, just sort of moving the whole back body along with the front body, getting the neck involved. And then eventually it's kind of like you're in your own dance with your whole body, just moving and wiggling it around, just releasing any kind of tension from the body that might be present there. And then eventually just let your body come back to stillness. Take a moment just to notice the aliveness that's most likely come into your body through this practice. Get a sense of the quality of your breath. It might have already naturally deepened a bit through the moving practice. And then make sure that you have your arms alongside the body, so close into the body. You can have your palms facing up. And then we're just going to begin to move the arms, but we're going to leave the arms grounded on the earth and just going to bring the arms out to the side and then all the way up overhead behind us. See if you can keep the arms connected on the earth as best as possible, or at least part of the arms. And then as you exhale, bring your arms forward so they're now in the air, and then gently release them back down beside the body. And then you can open the palms again, inhaling the arms out to the side as they stay grounded, lifting them all the way overhead, but still on the earth. And then as you exhale, bring them up in front of you towards the sky with the palms down, lifting them all, bringing them all the way back down into the earth. And then we're just going to keep going in this way a few rounds. It's a really nice shoulder opener, circling the arms all the way around in this fashion. And just allowing the breath to guide the movement of your arms and your shoulders and your hands in this particular flow. Moving at your own pace, of course, whatever feels nourishing to you in terms of the speed of the movement. And then after this next round, we're going to move in the opposite direction with the arms. So we're still engaging in the same movement, just in the opposite way now. And you can really decide for yourselves when you want to have the palms facing up, or if you prefer to have them facing down, maybe experiment with both. The idea is just to really open the shoulders, lubricate the shoulders in this flow. So we'll just circle maybe for another 2 rounds or so, really connecting with the movement now in a meditative way. And then just bring the movement to an end, just having the arms resting alongside the body again, maybe the palms facing down. Just taking a moment again to notice the sensations inside the body that might be present for you now. And then we're going to bring a bend into the knees so that we can place the soles of the feet onto the earth, onto the mat. And you can bring in the heels as close to the buttocks as you can. On an in-breath, we're going to continue with our arm movements, just lifting the arms straight up in the air and then relaxing them all the way behind us. On an exhale, we're going to bring them all the way forward and release them back down into the earth alongside the body. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting all the way up and behind us. And then exhaling, slowly releasing back down. We're going to continue the arm movement in this next round, but also include now the hips. So we're going to move the arms off the earth and the buttocks and the hips as high up as you can, pressing into your feet. And then exhale, very slowly bring the arms and the hips and buttocks back down to the starting position. Inhaling, reaching everything back up again. And then exhale, slowly releasing back down. And another time, inhaling up at your own pace. And this time, let's keep the hips and the buttocks off the ground and just relax the arms all the way back down, coming into a bridge pose from here. So here you can have a few options. You can just keep your arms resting alongside the body on the earth, or you might want to lace your hands together behind your back, draw your shoulder blades together as you press them down, and then just stretch the hands forward towards the buttocks, towards the legs, away from the body. Wherever you are, you might want to push a little bit more into the soles of the feet so you can really lift your hips a little bit higher. And then just breathe and fill this bridge pose with your life force, with the breath. It's a good pose to engage your 3-part yogic breath on an in-breath, starting at the belly, moving up into the ribs, all the way into the chest. And then as you exhaling from the chest to the ribs, back down into the belly. And we'll be here for another 3 breaths or so. Last one. And then as you exhale, before you bring your buttocks back down, make sure that you unlace your hands if they were underneath you. And then just sit yourself all the way back down. Hug your knees into your chest and let them gently rock from side to side to release any tension from the lower back. You might want to exhale through the mouth with sound just once to release any tension. And then bring your feet and your knees all the way together and just hold on to your kneecaps with the hands and just rotate them in a circle in one direction, keeping the legs together. So it's a nice deeper lower back massage. Keeping the legs together as you circle and then circling in the other way. And as you're ready, you can release the soles of the feet back into the earth, stretch your legs all the way out. And we're going to turn our body over to the left. I don't know if you can still see me then still, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn our body to one side. So if it's not the left where you can actually see me, then do it just on the right side. That's fine. But we're going to turn onto one side and then have the lower arm stretched out alongside the body, and then place the other arm on top of it so that both hands are going to touch. You can have your head resting down, the side of the head resting down, so your whole body is stretched out to one side. And then on an in breath, we're going to lift the top of the arm up and then turn our body back to facing up. Let that arm come all the way over to the other side. Our whole body is straightened out again. And then as you exhale, bring that top arm back to meet the lower arm again. So you're turning your body over to the side again. Inhale, lift everything up. Stretch the arm over to the other side. Your body straightens out. And then as you exhale, you come into the side stretch again, having both hands touch one another. So we're just going to keep flowing in this way. And it might be a little bit of an effort to actually find that movement again, to come back into the side stretch, but just let that be part of your practice. And we're just going to do this another 2 times or so, however, depending on how slow or fast you move. And then just as you come into your side position, just rest here for a moment. Just feel the connection with your side body in the earth. And then just open up your whole body again, lift the top arm, come back to center as if you're lying in Shavasana with the arms stretched out away from the body. And we're going to repeat that on the other side now. So we're going to lift the other arm now overhead. So for me, it's the left arm. And then we're going to come into the side stretch, this time for me on the right side. I don't know what side you were on, but the top hand will meet the lower hand as you come into your side stretch, resting on the outside of your head, and then just beginning inhaling, lifting everything up, coming back in Shavasana, both arms stretched out, and then exhaling, coming over to the side again. So just moving like this in your own way a few times. We'll have another 2 rounds or so. And then slowly let yourself stretch out again, palms, the heart center facing up like you're in Shavasana. Let the palms be facing up towards the sky. And just take a moment to integrate this movement. Noticing the aliveness again inside the body if you can. Maybe there's some swirling energy, some tingling, some white vibrating, some pressure. It's all part of being alive, whatever sensations are present. And then bring your arms, leave your arms the way they are. They can be palms facing up and down. You'll feel in a moment what's best for this next flow. But you're going to bend into your right knee so that the sole of the right foot can be placed on your mat again. And then lift your left leg all the way up high so that the sole of the foot is stretched up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to come into a movement with that leg. So we're going to flex and bend the foot as you come slowly down. So moving at your own pace, but moving quite slowly as you slowly let the foot and the leg descend down. Ultimately, you'll come all the way down, make contact with the earth, and then begin to slowly bring the leg back up as you continue the movement back and forth with your foot, stretching it in this way. And we'll go several rounds, being really mindful of the movement of your left leg and the movement in your foot. And you may even watch your foot as it flows up and down in this way. We'll do it 2 more times. And there might be a tendency to want to move quicker, so it's not as challenging, but challenge yourself for this last round to really move slowly down and then back up. There you go. We're just going to lace the hands behind the thigh for a moment, stretch that sole of the foot up high, and just holding the stretch as you relax your shoulders. If you want to unbend your right leg and stretch it all the way out, that's great, just for a few breaths. And just feel the breath in the body as you continue to hold the stretch. And then we're all going to bend the right knee again and place the sole of the foot down into the mat. We're going to just place the left ankle on top of the right knee, and then take the left hand to really press the left knee away from the body as you lift your right arm up high overhead and let it just come all the way down and back of you. And just breathing into this deep lung opener, several breaths. Moving the breath from the belly through the ribs and the chest on the in-breath. And then exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. And if you want to, you can come into the full supine pigeon pose, so you can lift your right foot off the ground and then lace your hands around the back of your right leg, upper leg, and then just gently press the leg in towards the heart, towards the body. Just taking several deep breaths here, feeling the hips stretching out. One last in-breath. And then on the out breath, you can hug both knees into the chest again and gently rock from side to side. As you come back to stillness at the center, just release your left foot down into the mat with the heel in fairly close to the buttock. We're going to bring the arms out to the side and then lift the right leg off the ground so that the sole of the foot is stretching all the way up towards the ceiling. And there's just a minimal bend or no bend in the right knee. And then we'll begin our journey again, moving the foot back and forth as the leg slowly descends down towards the yoga mat, flexing it back and forth. And it come all the way down before you slowly lift it back up in that same motion, in that same fashion. Do it a few more times. And maybe encouraging you that whenever you next have your legs stretched up on the last round, going more slowly than you have done so far. And then when the leg is all the way back up, you can place your hands behind the back of your thigh and just take a moment to stretch that sole of the right foot up just a little bit more. Keep your foot flexed. Relax your shoulders and back. Just breathe here. When you're ready, you can place your right foot on the top of the left knee. Take your right hand to push the knee forward away from the body so you're coming more into a deeper hip stretch. We're going to lift the left arm up off the ground and place it way behind us on the ground. Coming into a nice deep lung opener and heart opener here. Just breathing up and down. And let the in breath be just as soft as the out breath if you can. Breathing in deep and full and smooth and long. If you did so on the other side, you can bring your left foot off the ground and place your hands behind your left thigh, coming into a supine pigeon pose and just gently pressing the hands into the left thigh to guide the legs closer towards the body. And just breathing here. And then as you're ready, you can hug both knees into the chest. We're going to let ourselves be guided over onto one side into a fetal position, maybe making a pillow with one arm and then resting the other hand on the ground just for a few moments to notice how you feel in this moment after these floor stretches. Breathing into the backside of your body. When you feel ready, you can press into that hand that's connected with the ground and press yourself all the way up towards a seated posture from here. And if you want to place a pillow behind you on your buttock, that's fine. We're going to be sitting for a while. So if that's conducive to your practice, just take your time to do so. We're going to make a diamond shape with our feet in front of us. I guess I have to lower my computer so that you can all see me, just at least for this part. But so we're going to have our feet extended out away from the mat, so there's more like a diamond shape that we're creating with our legs. And then we coming into a somewhat more lengthy forward fold. So we're just going to let our arms travel down the legs until you find the outside of your feet. Maybe take one moment here to open your feet sort of like a book. And then as you exhale, let yourself fold forward into this particular stretch. Let your feet just stay open. If you want to place your arms in another way, not holding onto your feet, that's just fine. But we're going to move into a deeper hip stretch here just by holding the posture in this way. Obviously, not holding the breath, but just let yourself completely relax as best as possible into this forward fold. Taking a moment to really bring an intention here to relax all the different parts of the body from the head down to the toes. Let yourself fully arrive in this shape that you have created with your body. And just imagining that your belly, that your breath rather, is traveling up and down the spine with each inhale and each exhale. You're turning your attention more and more inwards with each breath. And we'll just be here for another 3 breaths or so. Just really enjoying the movement and the flow of your breath through the body. And after the next out breath, make sure you're holding on to the ankles with your hands, and you're going to move your feet as they stay together more in towards the body, and really let your spine be tall, let your gaze lift, let your eyes be wide open. And then sort of relax. You can keep your feet closed, but just move them a little bit more away from the body. We're going to hold on to our right foot on the outside with our right hand, and then lift that foot and that leg off the ground as high as you can. There can still be a bend on the knee. More important here to really keep the heart center lifted and the spine as tall as you can. You're going to gaze beyond the right foot so the eyesight is up. And just sort of sitting here like a proud warrior of yoga, really feeling solid in your posture. Your heart is open, your energy is bright. Maybe there can even be a half smile on your face to keep relaxing the whole body. And just about 3 more breaths or so, if you can. If not, just listen to your body. And then exhale, slowly relax that foot and that leg back down, and just rest here for a moment. Rest in the sensations that might be present. And likely there's more energy now present inside the body after this particular stretch. And just let it all be okay, whatever is present now. And then when you're ready, we can repeat on the other side. So we're going to take the left hand to take a hold of the outside of the left foot, and then stretch that leg up high, just like we did on the other side. You might find that one leg is more stretchable and can lift up higher than on the other side. That's quite normal. And again, we're just doing the best that we can to lift the leg, really feel the deep stretch here through the hip and through the leg, gazing beyond the left foot, up high towards the sky, sitting up again with a tall spine as best as possible. And just breathing here, breathing, even if it feels challenging, breathing more relaxation into the posture. Just about 2 more breaths if you can. And then exhale, slowly return to the starting position. Let your feet come together. The hands and arms can rest on your legs. And just tuning inwards again for a moment. Just letting all the energy and sensation settle in the body. And then just let yourself be seated on the mat, but this time stretching the legs out, having the hands placed behind. Just taking a moment to shake out the legs, to shake out the feet, keeping your heart center lifted. And we're going to come into a forward flow. So we're not going to hold the forward fold, but we're going to keep flowing through. So we're going to start by resting our hands onto our thighs. And then on an in-breath, lift the arms up high overhead. When you exhale, come into your forward fold, but don't hold here. You're going to have the palms facing into the body as you breathe in, and let the hands and arms travel towards the heart center, lifting them all the way up on an in-breath, and then exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, hands coming in towards the body, towards the heart, lift them all the way up. And as you exhale, flow forward into your forward fold again. So we're just going to keep doing this a few more rounds, really engaging deep and long breaths here with the practice. And eventually we're all going to meet with our arms lifted up overhead. We're going to sort of come into the opposite flow. So on an exhale, we're going to lean our torso back and let the arms slowly come down towards the thighs. As you inhale, lift your arms back up, lift your torso up. As you exhale, lean back and let your arms slowly come forward towards the legs. Inhaling, reaching back up. Exhale, leaning back, relaxing the head. Inhale up. Exhale, lean back. So we're not coming to lie on our backs. We're just leaning back as far as we can. Let's do it one more time. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, leaning back as far as you can. And we're going to go back and forth with both flows. So inhaling the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, bringing the arms back and lifting them up. Exhale, leaning back. And we're just going to do this a couple more rounds at our own pace. Last one, wherever you are. And we're all going to lift our arms up high one more time. And then just slowly let them descend back down through the sides. Coming back into a starting position, just maybe resting the fingertips on the ground or behind us. Lifting our spine tall. And just again absorbing the effects of this practice into our being. And then we're going to bring the right foot up to place it to the inside of the left thigh. We're going to take our left hand and sort of hold on loosely to the right shin on the outside. We're going to lift our right arm up high overhead, straightening the spine. And then we're going to slowly begin to lean over to the left side, coming into a side stretch. So here it's important that we can keep the spine long, the heart center lifted. The left arm, although it's holding onto the shin, is relaxed. You might even gaze up, lift your gaze towards the hand that's stretched up, or if that's hard on your neck, just let it rest down, however it feels right to your neck. You can even close your eyes if that's comfortable, just to feel the energy traveling up and down the side body, bringing more movement and energy into your heart and lungs. Allowing the eyes and facial muscles to stay soft. One more in-breath. Exhaling, and on the next in-breath, lifting the torso back to center and relaxing the arm back down. Just noticing here for a moment what that did to your being, to your body, to your breath. have our hands sort of facing forward over the extended leg and just lifting your heart center, and then let yourself slowly come into a forward fold leading with the heart. So initially the hands can just come down to the outside of the knee, just resting your head all the way down. We're not coming into a very deep forward fold here, just a simple and soft one, an easy forward fold. Relaxing the palms of the hands down either side of the knee. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. And if you wish, just stay here, or you can bring the hands down the lower leg, holding on to your ankles if you want to, and really grabbing a hold of the ankle on each side. And then take a moment to breathe in and lift the spine up, straightening the spine a little bit. And then exhale, come more into your forward fold to really deepen into a more intense forward fold now. If you are staying as you did before, that's just fine. We're all just going to be here for a few more breaths. And as you inhale, you can come out of the posture. Just going to switch sides. So we're going to stretch out the right leg and then bring the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. And so here we're going to repeat the side stretch. Make sure that both of your buttocks are grounded. We're going to take the right hand and just sort of loosely hold onto our left shin in front of us. And then stretch your left arm up high into the sky. Maybe let the gaze follow up towards the sky. And then slowly begin to gently lean over to the right side. Relax your right shoulder down. You can have your eyes gazing up towards the hand that's stretched up, or just let it rest, falling to the side or down, whatever feels comfortable on your neck. Just allowing your heart center to stay lifted here, the breath flow through in its own way. Deep and full and long breaths. Couple more if you can. As you exhale, just bring your torso back up. Let your hands rest on either knee for a moment and just feel the impact of the stretch again for a moment. Feeling the aliveness this creates inside the body. And then we're going to face over our right knee. Just sort of bring the hands forward, lift the heart, let yourself guide with the heart center into a forward fold, just resting the palms down either side of the knee that's stretched out. Just softening the whole body into a forward fold. So initially, don't let your hands go beyond the knees, just sort of alongside the knees. So it's a very minor forward bend. If you want to intensify from here, you can walk your hands down to the right ankle, grab a hold of the outside of each of the ankle with your hands. Maybe on an in-breath, lift your spine, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, really hold onto your ankle and come into a deeper forward fold. And then just relaxing the arms, relaxing the hands. relaxing yourselves into this forward fold. And just breathing here to the best of your ability. Letting the breath be slow and long and deep. Last breath or so. And as you exhale, slowly lift your torso, move your arms up the leg, coming back to your seated posture, just letting your hands rest on either knee, closing the eyes for a moment, just to feel the movement inside the body now. Feeling the breath, any tingling or vibrating or swirling. Maybe having a sense of the temperature inside the body. And then in whatever way, shape, or form you want to do this, we're going to come up to standing from here. So just really taking the time to get yourself up to a standing position with your feet about hip width apart. And just have your arms loosely alongside the body. Just getting a sense of the whole body standing. It's a big shift from lying down and then to seated, and now all of a sudden we're standing. So just getting a sense or letting the body adjust to this new posture. Feeling the soles of your feet as you're standing here. Feeling the arms and hands resting, the face and eyes relaxed. And then we're going to widen our stance just a tiny bit, so the feet a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to bring our arms up to the height of the shoulders, our hands, so the palms are facing in. Take a nice deep in-breath here. Open the chest a little bit more. And then we're going to rotate the torso over to the right. As far as you can, let your head follow. You're going to hold this twist for several rounds of breaths. So just feel a sense of softening still through your shoulders, through your eyes and facial muscles. So you can have your eyes closed or open. We're gazing over the right elbow and back with the eyes open or closed. Over the shoulder. And just taking several breaths and just noticing what the breath feels like in this twist. It's a deeper twist. Palms facing in towards the heart, and the arms are actually not wide apart. They're sort of close in towards one another. Palms facing in towards the heart. Just breathing here. And then as you inhale, come back to center. The arms stay the same. Palms facing in towards the body. We're going to take one more in breath whenever it comes. And then as you exhale, turn over to the other side. Keep your both feet planted firmly on the ground as you come into your side stretch. Let your shoulders stay relaxed. Your head is turned all the way over to the left and behind of you. You can have your eyes open or closed. And just making sure here that the weight on the feet is evenly distributed to the center of the feet. So the feet are staying grounded even though we're twisting over to one side. And just keep your breath flowing here. 2 more breaths. Inhaling back to the center. We're going to lift our hands and arms a little bit high so that they're sort of hovering above the crown of the head on either side with the palms facing down. And it's as if you're inviting all the energies from the universe to sort of shower through your hands down the body, just encompassing the whole energies of the universe, flowing down through your hands, showering your front and back torso. And just keeping in stillness for a few breaths, even if it begins to feel uncomfortable through the arms and if there's tension building. Just use your breath to help calm the body, help calm the mind. And then very slowly in slow motion, let the hands come down the front of the body as if you're washing the body in the front with all this good energy that you've built. And then let your hands rest by your hips, holding on to either side. And we're just beginning to, these are really good stretches, movements for the whole spine. We're just going to begin to circle and really let the circles mainly come from the hips and the lower legs. So you're not so much moving the torso, but you're really extending forward and out to the side and back, moving in one direction. And then moving the other way. And let yourself come back to stillness. Relax the arms beside the body. Inhale, lift your arms up high overhead, gazing up. And then as you exhale, come into a forward fold. As you inhale, just keep your hands down, but lift the heart center up, coming into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. We're going to move our hands over to the outside of the left foot. Come into that forward fold again. Breathing in, feel the spine and heart center lifting. As you exhale, deepen into your side stretch. A couple more times. And then coming back to the center, we're going to come to the outside of the right foot, repeating as you lift with the in-breath, just lifting the chest, and then deepening into the side stretch with the out-breath. As you come back to center, place your hands and lower arms behind the back of the lower leg. Inhaling, lifting the heart a little bit, and then as you press your lower arms into the legs, really let your heart and head come down towards the knees into a deeper forward fold. And just breathing in this way a couple more rounds. Exhale, release, have your arms by the side, and then lift your whole body all the way up with the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, bring your palms together in front of the heart center and all the way down through the midline. is our last practice today. We're just going to shake out the whole body. We've done this together before, but have your feet about hip width apart. There might have been some tension that's built up. So we're just going to begin to shake the whole body. Keep your feet firmly grounded on your mat, just shaking out any tension that might have build up in the body, and just moving the awareness up the body as you keep shaking. So bringing your attention into the feet, and then up the lower legs, into the knees, the upper legs, shaking out the buttocks and the hips and the pelvis and the belly, the side body and the ribs, shaking out the chest area and the shoulder blades, and then maybe adding the hands in front of the body, vigorously shaking them out, maybe rotating the wrists around a few times, adding the lower arms and the elbows and the upper arms and the shoulders, and then the neck, the face. And then just take a little while longer to really shake your whole body out, coming into your own dance. Just moving as joyfully as you can, just releasing any seriousness, any heaviness from your day, and just let yourself be that inner child again that can just be playful and move joyfully around. And then very slowly come to stillness, imagining that you're now in a standing Shavasana. So you have your palms facing forward or the arms alongside the body. Place your feet however it feels conducive to come into this final standing resting pose today. If it's comfortable, you can close the eyes. They don't have to be closed though. Just keep your attention inwards, just noticing all the energies floating around after the shaking practice. Maybe connecting to the pressure of the feet as they connect into the ground. Feeling any tingling, vibrating in the feet. Energy in the hands, in the belly, in the chest. Your eyes and your face. Just let the whole body come into stillness and into a sense of resting. And so just using this as a practice to tell the body it's also possible to relax when we're standing. Keeping a soft inner gaze on the breath as it's flowing in and out naturally. And we're just going to stand together in this way for about another minute or so to just allow all the energies to settle and the whole body integrate all the benefits of the practice. And then rub your hands together in front of your body. Shake the hands out one more time. We're going to bring the left hand to the inside of the right arm and just tap all the way up to the shoulder and then coming down on the outside of the arm. We're going to do that 3 times. And then repeating on the other side 3 times. And then just bend forward and rub your lower back with the palms of your hands. Turning the hands over, making fists and pummeling into the lower back as high up as you can, up and down a few times. And then turning the palms over again and rubbing in a circle. You're going to come and pat down the back of the legs and coming up on the inside of the legs. We're going to do that 3 times, going down the back of the leg, coming up on the inside, and then 1 more time, all the way down, coming back up, maybe knocking the belly a few times and the chest, just awakening ourselves, maybe even the head a few times, getting ready for the second part of the day. Namaste, everyone. I hope this practice has been beneficial and energizing and relaxing at the same time. And look forward to seeing you again. Have a beautiful rest of the week.